there, folks. I'm Quinn of Snazzy Labs, and this is the video review of the Philips O'Neill The Stretch headphones. Now, every time I review a pair of headphones, people ask me, Quinn, please review headphones that I can find in store. I want to try them, I want to make sure they fit, and do all this other stuff before I buy them. And that's understandable. These are available in Best Buy and Walmart and Target for $79 US. Now, they can be had for much cheaper, in fact, $25 cheaper at $55 US on Amazon.com, but if you want to shop locally, that is certainly an option. Now, the headphones are actually very, very well built, and they fit rather comfortably. Unfortunately, the sound, which tends to be one of the more important things in a pair of headphones, is not only less to be desired, it's actually pretty wretched, and I'm going to be covering that in this review. But first, I do want to talk about the build quality. It's pretty excellent. This plastic band covers and holds the two pieces together. There's a cord coming in one side, and it's carried through the headband to the other cup, which is nice to see. You have some nice faux leather cups here. There's not a lot of padding, but certainly enough. You have this neoprene headband, which conforms and attaches to your head. There's not a lot of resistance, so most of the weight is going to be held on your head by the ear cups. There's quite a bit of tension and squeezing on your ears. Most people do not like this. I don't find it to be a problem, and they actually don't squeeze very tightly. And if you have a relatively well-sized head, it's not going to be a problem. If you do have a larger head, though, there is going to be a lot of tension and a lot of force against your ears, which may cause discomfort after extended listening. Now, as I stated, the headband looks really, really nice. There's the stretch embroidered into the top with some good stitching, and in the bottom, you'll see kind of this argyle pattern design. Now, okay, the headphones are well built, right? You know, they're covered by this cup. There's some nice printing here, some nice detail. They're very, very stretchy, super flexible and durable. And you find the cups right here. Now, this is the driver housing, which houses 40 millimeter drivers, which they tout to be excellent. They say they're dynamic 40 millimeter drivers that deliver deep and dynamic bass, which is not the case. And we'll get to that in just a minute. But they're fastened with this gold here. I'm not a huge fan of the style of these headphones, but they certainly do not look bad. Additionally, there is a nylon cable coming out of the bottom, which will deliver sound to any 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, which will be compatible with the iPhone, the iPod, the Zune, Android phones, pretty much any phone on the market. So don't be worried that this will work, because it will. Now, this is what I don't really understand. The cable is detachable, but it isn't really. In most detachable cables, you'll see the actual cable going into the housing, and I much prefer that, because if the cable snaps here, which oftentimes it will, or if it gets worn out or stretched, you can replace it. Now with this, that's not really the case. You can detach the cable, but there's still this cable here, and this joint can receive quite a bit of pressure. Now, I'm not worried about this here, but as you can see, there appears to be a little bit of tearing, which worries me slightly. I'm not worried that, oh no, it's going to be the end of the world, this is going to break, but I don't understand why they do this. It's just weird, it's finicky, and I would much prefer that they attach it into here. Okay, so that's my complaint with the headphones in terms of the cable. Other than that, though, there's no rubbing sound. It is very high quality, and it is relatively tangle-free. Now let's talk about the sound, because it is not too good. They proclaim it to be very, very dynamic and very bass heavy. And it is bass heavy, but it's not good bass heavy. Now I know a lot of you that are like, yeah, bass man, bass is all that matters. No, that's not true. That's like saying, let's buy a Ferrari and put a skimpy little engine in it. Or let's buy a Lotus Elise and put 1,000 horsepower in it. You have to have a very, very versatile and well dynamic range. And that is not present in the Philips O'Neill The Stretch. There is only bass in here. Mids are recessed, trebles are recessed, vocals sound awful. It really is just like listening to music in a tub. It's like, it's not defined. The bass is not good. I would let it be a little bit more permissible if there was a lot of bass, but the bass was good, quick, fast. It's not. It's slow, it's muddled, it distorts at low volumes. It's just really, really mediocre. There's no soundstage. There is horrible, horrible instrument separation. As I stated, almost no vocal separation. It sounds like the vocals are in the very, very back of the cans, and all that's up front is the bass. And it's not good bass. It's distorted, it's slow, it's muddy. It just is awful. I cannot, like, I had high expectations for Philips, you know, and I knew that these were celebrity endorsed and, well, company endorsed, and I knew that they weren't going to be as good as some of the other headphones on the market, but I let that be because the build quality is nice and they look cool. But no, they don't. They sound so bad that you could find better sound in $10 skull candies. That's how mediocre it is. It's horrid, and I cannot recommend it to anyone. There are so many better options that look better and are lesser money, like the Koss Pro DJ 100s, like the Sennheiser HD 428s. The list goes on and on and on and on. And I've never recommended Skullcandy or anything like that before, but if you're choosing between Skullcandy or these, Skullcandy all the way. These are the worst headphones I've ever heard over $20. I'm being completely serious. They're wretched. The sound is horrible. They squeeze tightly against your head if you have a bigger head. They look nice, but that's all there is to it. Mediocre pair of headphones I cannot recommend in any way, shape, or form. 2 out of 10. Mediocre. Don't buy them. Please don't. If you're going to buy them simply because you want to burn them. They're that bad. I've told people, maybe that's not good. Nah, this isn't very good. Horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. Do not buy under any circumstance. And on that note, I leave you. Thanks for watching and stay snazzy. See you later, folks.